Hey guys, this is Annie Noodle, and I'm having a long week and I'm a little bit low energy, so I brought my friend Derposaurus here to help us get our energy up and get launched into this artistic journey that we are about to take. So yeah, let's go, right, Derposaurus? So first, let's talk about Smaugust. If you happen to not know what Smaugust is, during the month of August, people like to draw dragons because of J.R. Tolkien's Smaug the dragon. Yeah, and because we all think we're funny. And we are. We're very funny people. Uh, so, if you looked at if you happen to watch any of my mermaid stuff, I did a lot of kind of sketchy stuff for mermaid, and I, despite that, felt like I was spending too much time on each piece and I wasn't doing what I was trying to do for mermaid. So for Smaugust, I am doing 100 dragon sketches in the month of August, which is a little bit over the top, and I am a little bit over the top, and that's fine. But I want to have some very definite rules and goals in mind, and those two things are going to work together so that I actually accomplish what I'm trying to accomplish while I am sketching these 100 dragons this month. So, when setting goals, really the first thing you have to ask yourself is what you're trying to accomplish, right? And so, what I'm really trying to accomplish this month, there's a couple different things. One of them, I want to make sure that I am keeping loose, I'm keeping gestural in my sketches. And by that, I mean when I look at a piece, I want it to be very dynamic. I have a very bad tendency to draw static images, and actually I kind of like static images, and that's fine sometimes. But when I want to have a more dynamic image with a lot more flow, I want to be able to accomplish that without it like making me miserable. Another thing that I want to accomplish is to get comfortable enough drawing dragons and, in extension, all fantasy creatures from my imagination in a way that seems anatomically possible and still leaves me a lot of room for my imagination. And the problem with imagination is that sometimes it's hard to imagine interesting things because you get stuck on what is this ankle supposed to look like? I can't remember, and therefore I can't do anything interesting with it. Another reason that I want to make sure that I have very clear goals, McFly says hi, by the way, is because my anxiety has been like through the roof lately, and I don't know what's going on there, but having really like defined but reasonable goals helps me manage my anxiety. Like, I can be like, here, look, you have accomplished this thing. You're not just drifting through life. Like, it's okay. I very much like goals. So, but I also like have a tendency to like bite off more than I can chew. So I really wanted to be like, just here's your calm goals for the month of August. It's okay. I want to take a minute to tell you about actually what I'm doing on screen, and that is I was like, I should make a dragon based on a shape. How about a square? Okay, so we're gonna make it a diamond. And then I made like, this is one of my most favorite dragons that I have sketched so far this month. And I've only made like 12, right? But this one is so cute. And I was so sad when I got through the footage and I was like, oh no, I cut off his head like the whole time I was sketching. You get to see him though eventually, don't worry. But I was sad. I was like, man. By the way, hey, comment your favorite dragon, like 1 through 12. They're all numbered on the sheets. And if you guys have dragons you want me to sketch this month, leave a comment below, like if you want me to sketch X type of dragon. So some of these are just mine. Like this is 1 and 2. I just, whatever. Number 3 is based slightly on a bug. Number 5 is so cute. Yeah. Number 7 is based on a sunflower, and this, I hate 8 so much. I hate it. Yeah, anyway. So yeah, leave me a comment below with what you want me to draw this month, and I will work one into my sketches. Okay, so for those of you who have opted not to watch my shorts, that's totally fine, but I want to try to include like most of what I put in my shorts in my long form video so that you don't feel like you have to watch that if you don't want to, because it's not everybody's thing. So anyways, long story, not really shorter. It's not shorter, but I found this really cool vintage watercolor paint palette when I went thrift shopping this last weekend. And oh my gosh, I am so excited about it. Are you ready? Look, all the paint is still here. Thank you to you guys. Oh, you want to see what this looks like too? It's awesome. It's in really great shape. And there's just no way to show you without lots of glare, but it is in really good shape. I want to thank you guys who commented on my short with like, hey, here's how to take care of sticking the little paint things down. Somebody commented that Zots would be a good way to do it, and I had never heard of those before in my life ever, and apparently I'm the only one, but that's okay, because they were like, hey, use Zots, and I was like, what's that? And then I was like, oh, do you know what's like Zots is gold leaf glue. After it's dried, it's like just tacky, so you can stick things together. That's how you gold leaf, right? So I used my gold leaf stuff in here, and it seems to have worked. So you guys, we are gonna paint something with this. I haven't touched this yet, so apart from sticking the glue back down, I have no idea how this is gonna work, but we're gonna paint something. Let's go. So I decided that since this was a Disney palette, I would use it to paint a piece of Disney fan art, which I am not a huge Disney person, but I love Stitch so much. Like, I love him so much. Anyways, he is hands down my favorite Disney character, and I was like, it would be like the old guard meeting the new guard, and yeah, it just made me happy to like paint vintage watercolor Stitch. Yeah. So I started out inking on this paper, and when I was inking, I should have noticed I should have paid attention, because I noticed that the ink was feathering a little bit, and I was like, oh, that's strange. Maybe it just feathers a little bit more than I thought it did on cotton paper. Because, I mean, like, I'll admit my studio is super not organized right now. So I just found this piece of paper, and I was like, yeah, I'll just paint on this today. That's cool. I'm sure it's cotton, and it is. It is cotton. But it is one of my pieces of cotton paper that the sizing has gone bad in. So you'll see this when I start painting, and I am absolutely crushed when I realize the paint isn't going to work right. It still comes out okay. It comes out great. I'm really happy with how it turned out, because this is fan art. I'm not selling it. I'm not making prints of it. This is just for me. I'm going to hang Stitch on my bulletin board, honestly. And and he turned out really great for that. So, and honestly, I'm really happy with how the line work turned out. If he was not a licensed character, I would have scanned him and put him up so you guys could paint him too. But he's licensed, so I don't like to do that, because it makes me feel kind of creepy and like I'm stealing, and I don't like it. Speaking of creepy, I have never once noticed before today how weird Stitch's back feet are. Look at these things. I left this entire inking process of his foot in here so that you would have to look at that and go, that is really bizarre. I had no idea it was that bizarre. It's very bizarre. Anyways, so it's very bizarre. His back feet are a really odd shape, and now I'm going to be aware of that every single time I see him for all of eternity. Which is fine. Okay, so we have not yet finished talking about goal setting for this month. So because it's a month-long challenge, I thought I would set this up week by week. So week 1, I'm doing all sketches, no reference, random things I get out of my head. So like you've seen in my first 12, and however many more I will finish this week up with. Yeah, they're very much just sketchy. Great. Week 2, I am going to do sketchy studies of master dragon painters. So there's a few people who do dragon art that I really like. One of them is Justin Gerard. I've always really liked his dragons. They have so much character. So if you have anybody that you really think their dragons are cool, leave a comment below and I will do a dragon study of them during week 2 of Smaugust. So that's week 2. Week 3, I'm doing sketchy studies of animals, very specific parts of animals, and integrating them into dragon sketches because, like, sometimes I have trouble drawing dragons' back legs, right? So I want to get better with back legs of various quadrupeds and lizards and all sorts of things. I want to draw feet and eyes, and I'm going to do lots of drawings from reference photos of animals. And I do those a lot anyways, so that's fine. And then week 4, I'm bringing it back home to me. I am just going to sketch my own stuff and see how week 4 compares to week 1. Like, is it easier for me to draw my imagination after I've done all this studying for the last month? Do I feel like my gesture lines are better? Do I feel happier with my dragons? Yeah, so that's my plan. And then I have a few rules that I will go over that I'm going to stick to this month. The first and foremost rule is no finished pieces. This is the trap that I fall into every single time. I'm like, I'm going to do sketches. And then my sketch turns into a 3-hour-long thing. And then my 3-hour-long thing turns into a painting. And then it's like endless. No finished pieces this month of dragons. I mean, I have other work I have to work on. Like, just no finished dragons, right? All right, so helping me achieve that goal, that rule, helping me stick to that rule is 15 minutes max per sketch. I'm not going to time myself, but I am going to be like, oh, you know what? I feel like I've been working on this for longer than 15 minutes. Like, I'm going to be conscious of my time. Right. So, no erasing except to push things back. So, like, if I draw a dragon's leg in front of a dragon's body and it's bugging me that I can see, like, his torso through the leg, I'm going to, like, okay, I'm going to, like, lighten that torso line a little bit. That's all I mean. And then I don't have to draw the whole dragon. I can just draw a dragon hand or a dragon head or whatever. That's fine. I mean, like, yeah, try to just, you know, like I said, bring my anxiety down, be reasonable. It's okay. I'm going to end up drawing like 200 dragons this month, so I'm not really worried that I'm trying to cheat, right? Last rule, monochromatic. This is another trap I fall into all the time when I am trying to do these sketchy month-long challenges. Is I'm like, I'm going to start out and I'm going to do sketches, and then it turns into like a full color comp, and then it turns into the next thing and the next thing, and I fall into this pit where I am working on a thing for 3 hours. It's supposed to be a sketch. I am sketching monochromatic. I don't care what my single color is. Right now I'm using red. Tomorrow it could be black. I don't care. One color. That's it. And so the nice thing is that after this month, if I have dragons and I'm like, I can develop that into something cooler, that's fine. Like, there's no rule that says after this month I can't do that. Like, these aren't like off limits forever. But yeah, I just give yourself some space to, like, I think it's going to really help me grow. So yeah, and if you guys are doing Smaugust, let me know. I know Fuzzy Dragon is doing Smaugust. I don't know when they're putting their video out for that, but definitely keep an eye out for that, for sure. All right, one other piece of news that I wanted to make sure to say today. I am doing a live stream with Miranda at Alkali Creek Art on Tuesday, and I'm going to double check and I'm going to post on this in my community tab, but I think it is at 5 o'clock Central Time. So I will double check. This is my first live stream. I'm a little nervous that I am a hot mess and I don't know how to deal with technology. So Miranda's going to help me figure everything out because she's awesome. Yeah. Anyways, so these paints, legitimately, they're a little bit dusty. I mean, like, they're chalky, but like, I am surprised at how pigmented they are still. They're from 1950, so they're not young. They're 70-year-old paints. And I am really happy with how they turned out. So if you were watching, you saw me use that purple on Stitch's ears. And honestly, I was like, oh, this purple is going to be way too dark for that. And because it's so faded, it's like the perfect color for the inside of his ears. So, yeah. Oh, and now I'm drawing attention to his weird feet again. Come on, they're just odd. I don't know, man. They're odd. Yeah. So I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I have had a really this month, like July, I mean, not August. July has been kind of a roller coaster, like going on vacation and then like, oh my goodness, yeah, just so busy and trying to get caught up and oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, so I wanted to make sure to use all of the colors in the set at least a little bit, and so I was doing like, happy tropical plants in the background for Stitch. And the only problem that I had was that yellow took a really long time to activate. And I did definitely edit that out, but it took a really long time. It works fine once you get it there, but it took a long time. Not this color. This is orange, which is a very pale orange. And I know that, I mean, apart from these being 70-year-old paints, like, this was a child set, obviously. Like, this is not professional watercolor. So I am honestly really impressed with how these paints performed on this garbage paper, given how old they are. Yeah. So, and yeah, like I said, I absolutely love how this turned out. I could not be happier. I love Stitch. I think he is, like, the cutest thing on the planet. So I'm very happy that I am going to have him hanging out on my wall now. So, and I do have a lot of, like, various, like, Stitch collectibles. Like, I don't really collect Funko Pops, but I do have some Stitch Funko Pops. And, like, if you know who Jim Shore is, he does, like, statue stuff for UNESCO. So I have, like, some of the Stitch UNESCO pieces. Those are really cute. Yeah, I love those. I try not to buy them, though, because they're expensive. And I don't like to just spend all my money on collectibles that I can probably just find at a thrift store someday. So, and it's more fun then. Yeah. So we are at the end here, I think, finally. And yeah, I hope you guys have a really great week. I would love to know what you think of Stitch, because he's awesome. So I just want you to basically confirm that he's awesome. And yeah, I left some bloopers in here for you. And look at how nice these paints look still. Yeah, I am so happy with them. Yeah, comment below if you also like vintage paint stuff, because I think it's super interesting. And I love watching vintage palette stuff on YouTube. See you guys. I don't feel like I'm in frame. Looks like I should be, though. Okay. Hey everybody, this is Annie Noodle, and I'm here to lead you on a journey. This is a giant bug. Okay. Hey everybody, this is Annie Noodle, and I am here to lead you on a journey of artistic exploration. I just hit my head on my shelf. Maybe I shouldn't stand so close to that. Right, Derposaurus? Oh, I'm supposed to cover my mouth so you can't see me talking.